then I got my first speeding ticket, man. Some bullshit. Got my first speeding ticket. So that shit gonna put me behind because my dad says he thinks I should get a lawyer or whatever the case like that may be. So that's what we finna do. I'm gonna go ahead and get this lawyer, man. These motherfuckers want $550. I only make a band there in 2 weeks, so they killing my fucking ass, man. But hey, you know what I'm saying? If you don't want to pay for that, you don't want to do that. I ain't about to do no time, but if you know what I'm saying, if you ain't got the down, don't do the crown, goddamn, you heard? So yeah, about to go ahead and pay for this, man. Yeah, we're just gonna keep pushing forward, man. Keep finding the next great things and keep upping that check. So yeah, I'm gonna see y'all at the crib though. All right, I'll holler back at the pad, and here we are. Big fucking L's have been taken. As you see, that's the stock that I was talking about that pulled me up a little bit. But if you subtract that number, 104 from 836, man, you got where I was at. So I roughly went from, I think in the last video I was at like 1200 or something like that. I took two bad trades, man, took me to the 700. So that's how fast shit can change on you while you're doing stocks, man. And the trade that I showed y'all that in my last video, I was originally green, and you know, greed, I guess, just got the best of me. I thought I would keep going up, and it took a turn for the worse, goddamn. So I ended up going ahead and cutting my losses on that one. Then I got into another trade shortly after. That motherfucker, I'll show you the chart actually. So my second trade, right one. So my second trade was this one. It's called comms. The other one was COSM. This one is COMS, comms. I got in on this trade thinking that it was gonna be amazing. I still think it's gonna be a good stock to trade or whatever the case like that may be. But the issue is that I got in at a bad time, man. So I'm gonna find like a smaller time frame so I can show you guys basically exactly what happened. So bear with me now. So cool. So this is what happened here, man. I basically got into the stock. It's all about timing, man. When you get into stocks, man, the number one thing, man, is to goddamn really pay attention to when you're gonna get into a stock, um, how to move from there, goddamn. So I ended up. So if you see right here, right, um, here's the stock right here. Let me just make this bigger. So here's the stock right here, and as you can see, it was taking a dip. If you look at it, it's dipping, and I believe it's gonna come back up a little bit more and probably hit this point again right here. Follow the line. Probably try to retest this, and I believe it's gonna go back up just because there's a lot of hype around this stock right now. But I got back in around this point right here. So where that blue line is, that's where I got in at. And I knew it was gonna dip. At the time, you gotta remember that's not the chart looked like this, goddamn. This is what the chart looks like. It looks like it's going up. And at the time it went up there to the top of that little green candlestick. And I'm like, okay, I know it's gonna dip. I'm gonna wait for the dip. And I got impatient because I knew the shit was gonna dip, but I thought that was the end of the dip and I didn't want to miss it. So I bought in right where that orange line is at about 760. And guess what? That motherfucker kept dipping, bro. It kept dipping, and I missed this big ass dip right here, all the way back into the sixes. And you know what? I just said fuck it and cut my losses because as you see, the stock still hasn't returned. But at a certain point, you know what I'm saying? It kind of looks like it's probably gonna just go ahead and reverse trend because if we look at the bigger time frames, right? If we look at a bigger time frame, sometimes what stocks do, man, is they dip and then they just continuously dip and they just have these little spikes. So you see here on the big time frames, man, it's just going down, right? And I assumed that it was probably just it might have been a spike and it possibly could have kept going down. I didn't want to blow my account, so I got out. But as you can see, my original prediction was most likely right, and it's probably the start of an not I'm not gonna say a big uptrend, but it's definitely gonna come back and retest and probably get 8 or 9 cents. So yeah, I missed out on that, but whatever. You know what I'm saying? You can't win them all, goddamn. But this is why it's tough when you're trading with a smaller, because if you know when you have an account over 25K, man, you can easily get in and out of a trade and come back and be good, right? So you can dip out of it, find another place, get right back into the trade. If you have an account under 25K, you got to be really careful with what you invest and when you put your investment in, because you only had that one chance. And if you mess that up, you know, you can't trade again for 2 days if you sell it that day. You know what I'm saying? And if you sell it Monday and then it goes up like crazy on Tuesday, you missed out big time. You know what I'm saying? So when you choose to get into a stock, any stock, is so important when you have an account under 25K. And that's been a been a big I'm not gonna say a big hurdle for me. My biggest hurdle is just pretty much greed. I don't really go into my trades with a plan. I just be like, okay, I see it's gonna go up. Let's just see what it does. You know what I'm saying? And what I really need to start doing is getting take profit zones, because that would really help me out, man. But yeah, so I took two bad trades and they both fucked me up. Really, the penny stock is what hurt me the most. Remember, penny stocks will really do damage to you. You can make a lot of money because you could buy so many of them that can really do a lot of damage to you if your prediction is wrong about where the stock is going to go. And that's basically what happened, man. So yeah, that's my account right there. We're sitting at around 800 on that day. I put in for this trade on Thursday because that's when I sold. I put in for this trade on Thursday on MNet. I have no clue where it's gonna go, but I'll show you why I got into this stock here. I'll just go ahead and pull it up so you can see why. This part here is just some education, you know, for like those who might be watching the video who are new to stocks and wanna, you know, learn something or whatever. So this right here is what I'm looking at here, and you see this is a downtrend, and then the start of an uptrend right here. So because you know we have an uptrend and an uptrend, you know what you basically look for is you look for watch that blue line. Where's that? Sorry, my iPad is bullshitting. All right, zoom back out again. So an uptrend is basically you see here, this was the bottom, and then we have a higher high, right? We have a higher high and a higher low down here, and a higher low. And it hit this point and it kept going back up, and now we form a higher high again because it beat this point right here. So now we're going back up and we're going to look for it to come back down again and test that and see if we can get another higher low. Now, the reason that I'm into this stock too, another reason, because you need multiple reasons to get into a stock. And another reason I'm into this stock is because every single time before I get into a stock, if I see that it's doing that, I always remember to check the daily. Don't You can check other shit too, but the number one thing for real, check the daily, man. And this shit gonna be so small, yo. But right here, where my blue line is, check my blue line, y'all see my blue line right there. There's just the tiniest gap. You can't even probably see it, but it is right there. There's a tiny gap right there. And that is gonna be that's one gap. Usually stocks fill their gaps, right? So they're gonna fill the gap and they're gonna come up. But that's not the only gap. There's one more gap, which is gonna be really easy to see. Let me see the price before I show y'all. It's at $12. So there's another gap here, dude. Right here, big ass gap too. Look at that, some monster gap, man. At $12 right here. So stocks usually fill their gaps, man, and I'm looking forward to at least fill that goddamn $5 gap right there. $4 to $5 gap. Probably take some profit because that'll give me 2 bands. I have I got 497 stocks. That'll give me 2 bands if we can get there, and I'll probably take some profit, and pretty sure I'm gonna reinvest into it to see if we can get that next gap filled for sure, because that'll be a lick, no cap. So yeah, those are some reasons why I also got in here. Aside from one more thing I'll show you guys. It's one thing I love. You'll see that there's a purple line there. That is my 180-day EMA. Now, if as you can see, when it's downtrending, so when it's going down, 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 it's below that 180-day EMA, which is that purple line right there. And then notice that when it finally breaks that downtrend, it starts an uptrend, it's above my 180-day EMA. This is a daily chart. That is huge to me, and that is another sign that I should go ahead and goddamn get in on a trade. So those are reasons why I do that. Another thing, a couple of some of y'all watching the video right now maybe might want to wonder, looking back on things, why is it that I started trading? Like, there are a lot of things that you can do. Why would you start trading? So first and foremost, I can't remember if I went over this in a bit, but I tried a whole lot of different other avenues to make money, side hustle wise, whatever the case like that may be, and a lot of them really really fumbled on me and failed. And I feel like a huge reason they fail is because you can't really start them with nothing, right? Like, you kind of can, but having money definitely does help. Like, if you're trying to drop ship, having money does fucking help. If you want to do affiliate marketing, having money does fucking help. Like, all those things, like, yes, you can probably get off with it without using money, but having money really does help when you can do that. You know what I'm saying? And it just seems like I didn't really do well in it, so I'm not gonna keep fucking around in something that I obviously don't have the key to when I don't have forever to figure that out. Like, I would like to be retired before 30, you know what I'm saying, and living a good life, because that's what I want for myself, and that's what I see myself doing. But when I looked into stocks, now I look at stocks and I see what they can do. Like, you know what I'm saying? You grow it like a bank account. Like, you go to work every day and you take that money and you put it in your bank account and you watch it slowly grow. You do the same thing with stocks, but your money can grow exponentially in stocks. Like, literally, like, you got 1,000, you got down, put that motherfucker in, turn that, double it in a day, double it. 2,000, and you double that bitch again the next day. 4,000, then you double it, and then you double it, and then you double it, and it keeps doubling. You know what I'm saying? Like, because it's all a percentage thing. You know what I'm saying? So, for example, I just said that, but like, you gotta think about it. If you keep making the same trades, man, your money will grow exponentially. So, you know what I'm saying? 1,000 will grow, it'll give you 2,000, whatever. But if you got 50K, that becomes 100K. You know what I'm saying? If you got a million, that becomes 2 million. You got 50 million, that becomes 100. It's all exponential. The more money you have and the more stocks you can buy, the more money, you'll get. Like, it's one of the only things that I know when you can exponentially grow whatever it is that you have to put up in that motherfucker. So I'm a true believer in that, and I think that it'll be a great um project, or this is lifelong for me. Trading is something I'm always going to do, but I think it's going to be great for me now to help myself build a foundation and branch into other things, because that's what I'm looking for. The first million is your hardest. That's what everybody says, and I understand why. That shit is not fucking cap. The first million is so goddamn hard, boy. I swear to God, I'm just grateful that I got a support system and people that really really fuck with me, because it would definitely be a lot rougher, if I didn't. And shouts out to anybody who is going through that right now. I swear to God, you could do it. You just really, really got to keep your head up and your chest out and keep coming back and slaving every fucking day. Every time they knock you down, get the fuck back up. Every single time you take a L, learn from it and move on. If you gotta cry for a little bit. Ain't shit wrong with that, man. But just make sure at the end of the day, you get back up and you keep fucking swinging, and you will make it. I swear to God, anybody could do it. Ain't none of these motherfuckers got anything that you ain't got. Ain't nobody out here more special, more unique. None of that shit. You is him. You is her. And always remember that shit. Keep it in your heart. Lock that shit away and keep moving forward, man. I swear to God. But that's why I trade, because I believe that it'll give me it's the fastest way. Ain't no get rich quick scheme. Don't ever believe that shit, man. Don't ever believe that shit. Now, when I say fast, I don't mean overnight, but goddamn, it's faster than goddamn going to work every day and clocking in for 8 fucking hours, making the same goddamn money every motherfucking day when I come up in there. So day trade, and I'll be doing this and stacking my bread. And this is gonna allow me to branch into other avenues that I think will make me tons of more higher returns on my investment. So that is why I day trade. That was a little update of where we are. I'll make sure I come back and update you guys again next week so we can see what we're doing. This is Zillion, man. I'm glad to see y'all checking back into the channel again. Let's see where we are next week. Anyways, I'll see y'all, man. Y'all have a good day, man. I love all y'all.